Peace and blessings. What's good with you? Peace and blessings. Good afternoon to the good energy people. What's good? Thank you for chiming in. Much love. If you can do me the favor, please share the page, like the page. This may help somebody today. Just want you to be aware, as many of you may be already. Just be aware of possible parasites in the body. And I think that we all have parasites in our body. It's just a matter of knowing what kind and how big, how small, what type of parasite you do have in your body. But we all have some sort of amount in of parasites in our body, and that's for sure. So I just wanted to show you this video real quick that I came across, and you may have seen this yourself, but I want to just hopefully help people to be aware of what's going on in the body. And some people may not even know that they have worms in their body. Yeah, you got worms. You know how they say that little slogan, you got milk? Yeah, you got worms. Facts. So there are certain ways you can get rid of them. There's many different ways. Me being in the nation many years ago, and I learned a lot of things about how to eat to live, regarding pork meats and all that good stuff. Yeah, but there are ways that you possibly can get rid of the parasites or the worms. You just have to research it. And the good thing about you know, this information, you know how we have people like Dr. Sabi, people like, what's the brother name? Dr. I think it's Bobby. I want to say Bobby. Yeah, Dr. Bobby Price. Yaki Awakening. Many different people that's been teaching on it for a while, and they are good with that type of knowledge. They are very knowledgeable in that field. You know what I mean? We also have people like in your city, you might have somebody that has a health food store or some type of herbalist specialist in your neighborhood. They may be knowledgeable of those things. Here in Jersey City, we have people like Diane on Ocean Avenue, who has a lot of information. I mean, so much resources regarding healing and the things you should take for your body to heal and all that good stuff. There's so many people, man, and the blessing is, you know, that they're in your neighborhood. They right next to you. They right where you are. They are, you know, you can touch them. You can reach out and speak to them. We also have a person in this neighborhood by the name of Omar Jones, who is a person who is on that same path of a Dr. Sabi, of a Dr. Bobby Price, of Diane on Ocean Avenue. He also has herbs and things of that nature. But before I go into that, I'm going to show you first what can be possibly in your body. Okay. First, I want to give you this information real quick about, you know, doctors and things they don't want you to know. So here it is.
Reports removed from the internet.
I'm just like you. I have heard that there's a cure for disease that's been suppressed. I have cancer. I'm not going to accept the modality of the day. I need to know if there's a cure that's suppressed out there, and I offer a $10,000 reward. What do you suppose happened? I had to hire 8 people to man the phones in 2 shifts. But one man called me. One man. And he impressed me. He said, there's not one cure for cancer that's been suppressed, there's been 5. Which one do you want to know about? I said, whatever one works. He sent me to somebody that had an original Rifer A unit, and I used it. 3 months later, the cancer was gone. So was my arthritis.
Isn't that interesting? Very interesting. Shout out to the video where this content comes from. I think it's the name uh, Amy Lewis. Amy Lewis. That's where this content comes from. All right, just wanted to shout that out real quick. Yeah, but that's amazing how when that stopped, everything stopped when he got rid of that.
And I was so gung-ho on it that I decided that I had to get involved in building rife machines and get it out there for people and really help them. So I started doing research into the rife technologies, and I found another man who really knew quite a bit about rife and had all the frequencies and everything, and I went to see him and paid him a little bit of money, and he became a friend of mine. His name is John Sajeka, and John Sajeka showed me that I wasn't using the Hertz rates to get rid of cancer at all. That upset me, because I paid good money for this. Now, and why did the cancer leave? And I looked at the Hertz rates that I was using, and lo and behold, there were Hertz rates to get rid of worms and parasites. It turned out that the lead poisoning was giving a bed for parasites to breed in furiously, and it was their waste that had given me cancer.
Wow, amazing. Parasites in the body. He says something to the fact that it was their waste that was giving him cancer. The waste from the parasites that's eating on the body. Slowly but surely. It's just a matter of time that they will grow even bigger and bigger if we do have parasites in the body. Like I said in the beginning of this message of the video, there are big ones. There's tapeworms. There's all types of names. You go look it up. There's all types of names for these damn going things, man, and how they look. You know.
I was absolutely in shock. The more research I did and the further I got into this, the more I found out that pretty much all disease is caused by worms and parasites.
There you have it. All diseases. Dr. Sabi even said that same thing. All diseases are caused by not only the parasites and things of that nature, but also the mucus. So I can imagine how the mucus and parasites work together in some kind of way to cause all types of illnesses in the body. So back to what I was saying regarding those people like Dr. Sabi, Yaki Awakening, Bobby Price, Diane, Omar Jones. There's a lot of good people who are really spearheading the consciousness of health. And I think we should try our best to latch on to them as much as we can. So this is what we see in, before I go on, let me just show you my man, Dr. Bobby Price.
And asked after they, spun the sample and asked like, well, did you see any parasites? And they were like, well, yeah. And I'm like, well, why didn't you tell the doctor? And they're like, well, I did. But then when I saw the test, it was removed off of it. So it's really important to understand that. And I don't think any malice. I just think this is something we were not taught in school. They don't teach us about parasites and their impact on not only, the degeneration of our health, but the impact and how they're directly correlated with a lot of chronic illnesses.
Shout out to Dr. Bobby
pressure,
Price.
Heart disease, okay? The big C word, okay? It's really important to understand. And even in other countries, they're using things to kill parasites. There was a drug that cost like 5 cents a tablet. Very safe, ivermectin, that is used for parasites. But during that whole period of 2 to 3 years, where we were being isolated and told to stay at home, in other countries, they were using this and was very effective. But here, they outlawed it. They banned it, and we could not get access to it. Like 5 cents a tablet. Hugely important, okay? Now, with that being said, we're going to go over some types of parasites. And the reason why I'm going to give you the types is because I did this in a previous video. So if you want to go back and look at that video, I go in more depth about the different types because they do different things to the body, the different types of parasites. Then I highly recommend going back, looking at that video. I'm just going to fly through this. We're going to get to the symptoms and then we're going to get to the solutions. Okay.
Yeah, this
So
stuff is
different
really
types
deep.
you have a horsehair worm. That horsehair worm will live in the kidneys, will cause back issues, and it also will come out in the urine. Okay.
Wow, that's amazing. And you know, it was always said, you know, I've heard this many years ago, you have to always look at your stool, look at your urine, and you can tell a lot just from what comes out of your body through your urine and your feces.
And a lot of us don't check our stools, don't check our urine. So even if it did come out, you probably wouldn't see it. Some of them are very small. Some of them, like tapeworms could be up to 3 feet long. Okay. Which I've seen come out. I've seen people do my detox and it comes out in the stool sometimes as well too. Okay. Other types of parasite, pinworms. Pinworms commonly are associated with an itchy anus. Okay, especially at night, because again, the freaks come out at night. Okay, so and sometimes these pinworms can create a vaginal discharge with women, and sometimes that vaginal discharge could be confused as either candida or a yeast infection.
You know how some women may say, you know, I done dealt with this guy and he got my pH balance all messed up. You know, I hear that a lot. I see even statuses on Facebook, Instagram, and things of that nature talking about pH balance all messed up and things like that. But nobody never consider what goes in the body or what's going on in the body.
Or, BV. But sometimes it's a parasite. And this particular parasite, pinworms, can cause this. Okay. Another type is hookworms, which could cause anemia. And hookworms hook to the lining, the inner lining of your bowels. Okay. And they essentially are like vampires, just feeding off of the blood. Okay. You also have toxoplasmosis, which I'll talk about a little bit later. There's another type of parasite.
Wow. Deep, deep, deep. Do me a favor, if you could, just press follow. If you haven't followed me, please follow me for more content. I really appreciate it. Much love and respect. Thank you for tuning in. Like the page. Please share the page. It may help somebody, okay?
Have tapeworms, Giardia, which is commonly found in our, tap water, okay? Flukes, roundworms, which could be found in both the liver and the pancreas, and they affect the liver and the pancreas. So again, you got a liver issue, you got a pancreas issue. It could be associated with this particular type of parasite. And roundworms could also cause abdominal pain. So if you got abdominal pain, you really don't know where it's coming from. It could be coming from that. And
yeah, let's look into that, man. That's really deep, man. That's really deep. So, by the way, we lost a lot of people through the past few years, maybe last 5 years. We lost a lot of people, and wherever you are, California, I don't care, Nebraska, Illinois, wherever you are, you've lost some people in the past 5 years. Where I am, we lost a lot of people that we all know here in the city, and a lot of things maybe could have been prevented through the mouth, through what goes in our mouth. Okay, so like I said, do me the favor and please share this, because this can potentially help someone that may be in a situation that can be helped before it get worsened. So yeah, don't be afraid to share this page, like this page, because this is a show that actually I think will help somebody. They will look into it themselves and try to research and may get help and try to better their condition, whatever the condition they may be in. Because like the first person had mentioned that I put on, every thing that had something to do with his sickness, which was his cancer, had a lot to do with what was going on in his body. and what came out of his body, which was parasites. All right, so a lot of that information is not being taught, it's not being talked about as much. That's something that people don't really talk about. You don't see too many, too much information on it, too many podcasts, or too many. You don't see too many, news stations reporting it. None of that. So this is some stuff you have to look into for yourself. So I want to bring this to you, so that way you can basically look into it yourself as well. You might can help somebody. Real talk.
And roundworms commonly come from our pets. So if you got dogs, cats, it definitely can come from them as well too. And that's a whole nother video that I definitely need to do in the future. You got helminths and protozoa. So you got many different types of parasites. What are some of the symptoms? I'll blaze through these as well, because again, I did a whole video on this. So if you want to kind of dive deep into that, go back and look at that video. Bloating. Bloating is a big symptom, especially if you're eating, even if you're eating a really good diet. Okay, you got to understand, if you got these parasites prior to embracing that new diet, you still got the parasites.
Parasites still there, no matter what. It's like putting a Band-Aid on this big old cut. It's still gonna bleed. You know what I mean? Unless you get stitched up, and it may take a long time to heal, but you still have that big old cut. That Band-Aid just getting bloody.
Okay. A good diet doesn't kill parasites. I think that's really important to mention, because even myself, after adopting a very healthy diet and being very fit, but noticing that I'm bloated, especially, that 12 o'clock bloat that comes. I wake up in the morning, my stomach's super flat. I can see my abs, and then I get a 12 noon bloat, a lunchtime bloat.
Speaking of that workout and all that good stuff, I just want to let you guys know that working out and eating right, and basically the detoxing, it goes hand in hand. Let me just show you what some parasites may look like, for those that never really looked at this, and for those who have, much love and respect. All right, much love and respect to you that you know about some of this stuff. Let's see. This is how some of the parasites may look in your body. This is a tapeworm. Almost look like a piece of bacon. Almost look like a piece of, I would say, fatback, but thin, but flat. You know what I mean? And this is how it looks when it's moving in your body. Notice how it's looking. It's alive, man, and it may look like a piece of food just sitting there in the nooks and cranny of your body, but it's alive. It's a worm. It's a tapeworm. Or what they call, this one says alive Dephalobotherium. I don't know how to pronounce that. Dephalobotherium latium. Okay, doing a colonoscopy. Yeah, so there are all types of things in the body, man. And here's another one. Pinworms, they call it. This is a pinworm. Look at the pinworms, real small, and they sitting in pockets of the intestines. Sitting in pockets. I don't know if this is the big intestines or if this is the small intestines, or this is really a colonoscopy. Okay, so it's there. So look at how they're just sitting and squirming around in the body, just sitting there. Even when feces go through, the worms or the pinworms is still sitting there, and it could be to the point they've been there for years, and they eating on the colon. All right, they eating on the colon. Look at that. and look at the pus in certain areas that they just feasting, literally feasting on. Yeah. So there are all types of procedures, or I should say, remedies that you can use to rid yourself of these parasites, tapeworms, pinworms, hookworms, whatever they are called. There are remedies for it. So there's all types of herbs and things of that nature. And speaking of the health part, when I was talking about the health, a brother by the name of Omar Jones, I should say, once again, he is doing a really good job in spearheading um, the health issue in our community. And I think you really need to get behind him and look into working out with him, look into some of the products that he have. Omar Jones have a product. If you in my area, he has a product called the Ozone. I like that name. It's real deep, real nice. The Ozone. He has all types of things to help cleanse the body and rid yourself of parasites, tapeworms, and pinworms, and hookworms, or whatever it is. He has a remedy. He has a product that he produced, and he's pushing it. Not only do he have a product that he produced, he teaches you about it. It teaches you about the fasting, because fasting is really important to the body. It gives the body a break. Fasting is important for the body. I'm gonna say it again. It gives your body a break. It gives your digestive system a break from working so hard and doing so much work. When your body is not processing and digesting food, it's resting. And even when you sleep, when you don't eat before or after 6, your body is not digesting food later on, because after it digests its last meal, you want to make sure that it's not doing no more work after. So when you go to sleep, sleep is your time for your body to heal. Your body is usually healing when you're sleeping. So if it's working, it's difficult to heal because it's constantly working. All kind of things are going on. Your body can even get proper sleep once you are eating after a certain time. Some people eat 9, 10, 11, 12 at night, which is not a good thing. So when the food is in the body, not only is your body working and trying to digest the food a little later after it's put in, you got the worms going in also. The worms is eating also. You're feeding the worms. Sometimes you ever notice when you are hungry and you eat, you fill up your body and everything, but then it seems like you're hungry an hour, 2 hours later, because your body is really not getting all of the food. It could be them worms getting some of the food as well. So they're taking and stealing some of your food. So once again, my man Omar Jones, you can find him on Facebook. He actually has a very good program as far as workout, as far as the herbs and things, fasting programs, everything you need to know regarding getting rid of certain things in the body, which is toxics. You can learn that and get it from a man, Omar Jones. Okay. Once again, Omar Jones also have a gym where you can go and work out. You can get your workout on there. He'll give you classes, times, and all that good stuff. So go check Omar Jones out on Facebook. You can find him on Facebook. All right. Yep. So let me just see. Yeah, this is Omar Jones. You can see his name there and a picture of him there as well. Okay. Go check him out. He's always discussing all types of positive things regarding food, health, workout, and things like that. He's been doing it for a while. As long as I've known him, he's been doing it. He's trained some of the best. And the good thing about Omar, you're not only getting a workout, you're not only getting a workout, you also will be getting what they call knowledge. You'll be getting knowledge, some wisdom, um, and things like that. So yeah, let me just grab this real quick. Yeah, Omar Jones. Um, yeah, really, really good trainer. You'll be getting it in for a while. Once again, as I said. Hey.
Somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the gas, but some.
Yeah, check him out. He'll train you, get you right mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, and he will definitely get you right when it comes to that food, what to eat, what not to eat, how to eat to live, what herbs you need in your body to get rid of those parasites, worms, and all that stuff, you know. So yeah, look into my man Omar. Make sure you contact him and let him know that you saw the perspective on David Adams' site on Facebook, and you seen the podcast, the perspective, DA perspective, the perspective. Okay, let him know you seen it there, and he might give you a great discount just by coming through the perspective. Okay, make sure you mention that, because you got, you know, I'm actually going to pick up me some of this ozone product as well. You know what I mean? Why not? I've always used herbs here and there. You know what I mean? I've always went down to Diane to get things. So I'm definitely going to try my brother out. Why not support those who are doing something good in your community? So if you find that you have a herb specialist in your community, what's wrong with going, checking them out, seeing what they got, seeing what they have to offer, and supporting them? Yeah, supporting them, because you'll be surprised some of the things that our people have right there, right here in your community. Much love and respect. Please comment on the comment board whenever you get the chance, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Much love and respect. Peace and blessings.